Amy Rose has been one of Sonic's closest friends since her very first appearance, yet she has always stood apart from the rest. In a series built around high-octane speed, intense rivalry, and flashy heroics, Amy defies that framework, as her story is not one of power, but love. The unabashed kindness that she shows others isn't a sign of weakness, rather it stems from something far rarer than raw strength. And although the love she shows Sonic may seem like the obvious kind, it runs far deeper than surface level romance. Amy's love isn't merely infatuation, it's a selfless and unyielding love, a deep bond formed by friends and strengthened through the ordeals that they have overcome together. In a world where bitterness and anger would be easier to succumb to, Amy chooses to love, even when it comes to her enemies. And that refusal to give into hate is what makes her stronger than most people ever realize. All of Sonic's friends have a vital role to play when it comes to fighting evil, whether they realize it or not. While some inspire leadership, others may serve to be the brain or brawn of the group. However, Amy Rose usually stands to be the heart of the team. Without her and the kindness that she extends to others, it's safe to say that the world would have fallen to darkness and devastation long ago. Although sometimes fighting is the only solution to combat the evil of the world, there are more delicate matters that take the gentle love of a kind soul. Something that makes Amy special is that she's able to look past the wrongdoings of others. This is something that many of us struggle with in life. If you or someone you love has been wronged by another, it's hard to move past that with open arms and forgive them. But true love keeps no record of wrongs, and Amy demonstrates this time and again when it comes to those who oppose her. Her first encounter with Metal Sonic was horrific to say the least. He had abducted her in order to bait Sonic into a life and death race. This wouldn't be the last time that Metal Sonic had run-ins with the Pink Hedgehog either, as he would viciously hunt her down and attempt to capture her. Yet even through all the aggression and animosity that Metal would direct towards Amy and her friends, she in return would show Metal kindness. After Eggman and Metal were defeated at the hands of Sonic and his allies, Eggman would leave his killing machine behind in frustration as he was disappointed in his creation. Much later, Amy would come across Metal, and while she was initially frightened, she realized that he was damaged in more than just one way, and beyond that, he was truly alone. Taking pity on him, despite everything that he had put her through, Amy trekked all the way to Eggman's base with Metal Sonic in tow to return the machine to his rightful home. Realistically, Amy had every right to leave him to rust, yet she chose to rise above hatred with love and compassion, something that Eggman wouldn't even show him. This is a persistent trait of Amy's character. For instance, despite the hooligans causing trouble for Amy and her friends, even fighting them numerous times, Amy would be able to see that deep down, there is kindness within their hearts. And because of that, the next encounter Amy would have with Bark the polar bear, she would wind up freeing him from captivity and assisting him in battle against Eggman's forces. We see that not everyone would react the same way that Amy does. Ray the Flying Squirrel's interaction represents the stigma that most people hold toward those who have a murky past. He's cautious of Bark, and justifiably so, as he's seen his wanted posters. People are quick to look at someone and make judgments about them without giving a second thought to it. Although Bark hangs with a tough crowd, he's not necessarily a bad guy. There's complexity to him, and beyond his rough exterior is a soul. And Amy is able to see that thanks to her loving heart. That second chance to see someone for who they are beyond their past mistakes is something not many would grant to Bark. But because of the kindness shown to him by Amy, he returns the favor by joining the two of them on their quest to rescue their friends. No matter the situation or enemy she's up against, Amy realizes that everyone has a story to tell, and just because someone is doing something wrong does not mean that they are unable to change and be forgiven. For instance, Amy and Gamma were opposed to one another upon their first encounter. Being created by Eggman, Gamma was doing as ordered by attempting to retrieve Birdie, but during his conversation with Amy, something within him changed, leading him to instead free the two. Amy could have used this opportunity to run from Eggman's creation, but instead, she offered to be his friend due to the kindness he showed her. Hatred only breeds further hatred, and likewise, kindness in return breeds kindness. Amy would go as far as to defend Gamma from her beloved Sonic, and even though Sonic couldn't truly see the difference in Gamma like Amy, he trusted his friend enough to let him go. But perhaps Amy's most memorable moment of turning an enemy into an ally is when she connected with Shadow despite no one else truly being able to. Shadow carries a deep resentment toward humanity. He has seen the worst of what we can become. In his eyes, whatever good exists is drowned out by mankind's cruelty, but Amy stands as a contradiction to that belief, and a reminder of Maria, his friend who once believed in humanity with all of her heart. Humans are flawed. We are capable of terrible things, but we are also capable of growth, of change, of choosing to be better, and that constant struggle to overcome our darker nature is exactly why we deserve a shot at redemption. This love that Amy shows Shadow is one that he had long forgotten. Amy sees that good, even in those who believe they don't deserve it, whereas Shadow sees hatred festering within people. His anger is born from pain, and that pain never truly disappears. But Amy reminds him of the path he once walked, the one Maria believed in. Because of her patience and compassion, Shadow chooses to help Sonic, and in doing so, help save the world. Amy isn't the strongest, nor is she the smartest or even the fastest of the group, but her heart is where her true strength lies, and that is what matters most. Love is a driving force. It pushes us beyond our limits, beyond fear, beyond reason. Wars have been fought in its name. Heroes have risen because of it. When you truly love someone, there is no mountain you won't try to move or risk you won't consider taking for them. The greatest sacrifices in history were not made for glory, but for love. Amy Rose embodies that kind of love. It's the foundation of everything she does, the adventures that she embarks on, the sacrifices she makes, even the quiet time that she spends with others. All of it stems from a genuine kindness of heart. Love, in its purest form, is selfless, and Amy exemplifies that selflessness constantly. She helps others regardless of how little she knows them. When she first meets Silver, she doesn't hesitate to help him find who he's looking for. She immediately offers her help. There's a warmth to her personality that makes you feel safe, like you don't have to keep your guard up. Upon meeting Trip, Amy was able to calm her almost instantly and help carry her to safety. Up until that point, Trip's experience with strangers on the North Star Islands had been terrible. However, Amy was able to show her that there's love and friendship even when away from home. That same love extends beyond individual acts of kindness. She organizes events to bring her community together. She throws parties and bakes for her friends. These things may seem small, but they require a lot of effort, planning, and care. They are intentional acts of love. And on a larger scale, that compassion is what made her such an effective leader of the restoration. Amy didn't lead with an iron fist, she led with empathy. She spent countless hours organizing relief efforts and helping those displaced by Eggman's antics. But when you lead with love, that can be exploited. When Surge and Kit arrived at the restoration, claiming that they wanted to change, Amy believed them. She knows better than anyone that redemption isn't impossible. Despite Sonic and Whisper's hesitation, Amy chose to give them a chance, because that's who she is. She believes people can be better. Even though Surge and Kit's intentions were deceptive at the time, Amy still held on to the belief that they could grow beyond who they believed they were, even excitedly checking on them the next time she would encounter the pair. Some might mistake Amy's empathy for weakness, but that couldn't be further from the truth. The love she has for her friends encourages her to fight like there's no tomorrow. When Silver attempted to eliminate Sonic, believing him to be the Iblis trigger, Amy threw herself in front of him without even thinking, ready to fight or even die to protect the person she loves. And on the Starfall Islands, as Sonic succumbed to his cyber corruption, Amy, alongside Tails and Knuckles, willingly sacrificed herself to give him a fighting chance. Time and again, Amy has shown that she is willing to fight for her friends or even sacrifice herself if need be, because that is how much she not only believes in them, but loves them. Amy is one of the most important and overlooked characters in this franchise, because without the love that she so freely gives, our heroes might have fallen to darkness, never realizing that you can change or still be loved despite past mistakes. Amy Rose is the heart of Sonic because she chooses to love and uplift her friends, no matter the situation. But let me know in the comments what you think of her. Personally, I can't wait to see her in the next Sonic movie. Guys, if you like movies and shows, follow me over on Criticalist. I'll link it down in the description. I've been using this to post little reviews on movies and shows that I've been watching for the past few months. I'm not sponsored and it's free, so I thought it would be fun to try and get more Sonic fans on here and see what movies and shows you guys have been watching. You can also follow me over on X and on my second channel, Sonic Theory Plus. I'm trying my hardest to provide you all with as much content as I can. Thank you all for sticking around. I want to wish you all the best, take care, and happy Valentine's Day.